I'm Jose.
I'm Leeann.
And we are Two Most Wanted. Hi, Boo.
Hi, honey.
How are you?
Oh, you know, schwitzing as usual.
Welcome to the Schwitzing Games. Are you going to be a wiener?
We'll see. I'm so glad you have air condition.
I know, for once, right? I decided to take the financial plunge and get this AC that is cooling.
Yeah, all of your friends are grateful.
Yeah.
Especially your sweaty ones.
Yes.
Me.
I'm my own friend that's very sweaty, but also we have a new friend today.
We do have a new friend.
Great segue, by the way.
She's not schwitzing. She's
not
just
schwitzing.
glowing and beautiful.
I am a sweaty friend, actually. So
You're just glowing.
it's a glow. So we're not sweating, we're glowing.
We're glowing.
I like that.
So my glowy friend is Steph.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, how's it going?
Good.
So good to finally meet you.
Yeah, thanks for having
I
me.
have to
It's
say,
exciting.
Jose, all of your friends are pretty. What is with that? Is it because you are the gay?
I am the homo.
Oh, you are the gay with
I am
the
the
pretty
gay.
girl friends.
Yeah. I don't honestly I
Stereotype
don't know.
that I love.
I don't. It's kind of interesting. So like
You're like, I just don't have ugly
I
friends.
just don't have
You're
ugly
like, I don't like
friends.
ugly people.
I
It's
only
interesting.
attract pretty people.
It's true. It's true. And there's no. It's just so kind of funny because it's like there. I don't know. Maybe it's a stereotype in my head, or maybe it's a preconceived notion in my head. But it was like. The idea of like being gay but not being attractive to women.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yeah, I can look at a woman and be like, wow, she's gorgeous and not, whatever. But all of my friends, yeah, they are pretty. And I don't know why.
You like pretty things.
I do. I do.
Collect us like little dolls.
Oh, I get to dress you. Which kind of does happen.
Kind of do, actually. Actually, I don't send anyone hair ideas except for Frankie, who is doing my hair, and you. I'm like, you're the only opinion that I'm like, do we like this or not?
Mm-hmm.
I don't ask any other friend.
And you're almost going to get are you going to do the chop?
I'm going to do a little bit of a chop. A little bit of a chop.
A little bit of a chop.
A little bit.
A little bit?
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of dramatic. You're going to go shoulder length-ish, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know if I just
think
ruined
so.
it for everybody, but it kind of
I'm
maybe.
thinking shoulder length.
Look a good shoulder length.
Steph, you've
Especially
done
for the summer.
You've
Yeah.
done stuff for like I mean, you've had this color for a while, but have you ever had like a dramatic cut?
No, I've always had very long hair ever since when I was a kid. Like it would go down my back. And then I cut my hair a few years ago. It was like maybe this length. And then the
Shoulder
next
length
cut I
is
had
like
gotten
much.
after that, maybe like 6 months later, it went even shorter up to here. And I was like, oh,
Okay.
I love the short hair. I can't believe I've never done this before. And I just like started doing it. I'm kind of like in the phase where I like my short hair, but I wanted to grow it out. So I've been trying to like grow it out a little bit, especially since I dyed my hair too. This is like also like a big change for me. I've always had like my natural hair. The most I've ever done was like a box dye,
Okay.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah.
so, this is very different for me as well.
I love it. It's very summery.
Yeah. So I
love
kind of
it
want to
too.
get it.
Love the curls.
What is it called when you like, not a retouch? Not a
yeah.
fill-in, but what is it called?
Yeah, like a retouch. Not like a nail fill-in, but like a, yeah. Yeah, it's like a retouch, a touch-up.
A refill, yeah.
A touch-up.
A touch-up.
Yeah.
A touch-up.
I
no,
just
that makes
learned what so I recently got my hair colored.
You got highlights.
I got little highlights. And she told me about I think it's called a gloss or something.
Okay, yeah.
Or they call it a
it's like
shimmer. Like, it
dark
has
hair
all these
shine.
fancy schmancy. Yeah, so filler, gloss, or what was it? Yours? What?
A touch-up.
Touch up.
A touch-up.
There you go. Okay.
I
Sorry.
was making things up.
Yeah.
No hair. I was making shit up.
But I remember you were talking about your bang story, which I thought was hilarious. That you had like the infamous, like, I
Yeah.
feel like that's a trope, not a trope, but it happens to anybody who gets like their bangs for the first time and get it like really short. And
Yeah.
they call it. I don't know if you can call them China bangs anymore because PC?
Nothing is PC, right? I don't know, but it's like, I know that when I did like a straight across chop, and it was when I was dyeing my hair jet black, it was cute, but then I felt like I looked like a wannabe, like I was trying to look Asian or something. And I was like, did I just fuck up? Like,
Culturally
did I just
appropriate.
culturally appropriate? Yeah, I was like, oops.
Can you do that with? Oh, I guess you. I mean, I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know what's appropriate anymore.
No, we're all from New York, so it's like,
Yeah.
what do we know about
The melting
culture?
pot of cultures that you
Right.
you don't know what is.
Like, I think I would get in trouble. Not that I would ever get braids because my head's way too big for that. Like, I don't need to accentuate. I'll look like a hot air balloon. So,
Yeah.
but I guess if I got braids, maybe. I don't know.
I've dealt with that on the gram, on the internet.
Dominican?
When I know, but because I'm so super white passing, I got comments that were like, "You're culturally appropriate." I was like, "Go fuck yourself!" Like, seriously, it was so infuriating, and it was like for photo shoots too and stuff. And I was like I literally have to post a photo with my mother to show when I have braids.
For those who don't
Everyone's
know.
like, oh, she's black. And I'm like, yes, she's Afro-Latina. She is, yes. I came out white like my daddy, and I should not have to apologize.
Well, I have the same thing. My dad's brown. Like, I mean, they're both Native American, but my dad's significantly more skin tone brown than my mom is your complexion, my complexion. And yeah, and it'd be like, that's not your dad. Like, is that your caretaker? I'm like, it's my dad. What are you saying? So, yeah.
My mom
have you
used to
gone
get
that
called a
through?
babysitter.
Yeah, well, same
It's
with my
terrible.
family where like I came out lighter, but my brother came out like a little darker. So my mom would always call us milk and cookies. I'd be the milk.
That's
He'd be the
cute.
cookies. And yeah, he would get braids and like do
Yeah.
the whole thing. And
Where's your family from?
well, we're from Trinidad.
Okay.
But we're like a melting pot as well. Like I did the ancestry DNA test,
Oh
and
my
it's like
God.
here's all the 16 things that you are, mostly Indian.
16?
Well, maybe like 12, but
That's
it's
still-
very
wow.
different
Yeah.
from everything.
Same.
And so
A
it's just
long list.
yeah, and
Yeah.
people mostly think I am Spanish. They take me as Puerto Rican a
I
lot.
thought you were
and I'm
when
like,
I
I wish
first
I
met
was.
you.
I'm sorry, but
Why?
You're also apologizing
I'm
for
sorry.
your
I'm
ethnicity.
not.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
We all
I
have
do
to
not
apologize.
speak Spanish.
Honestly, I thought you were Spanish when we first met. I'm trying to
Yeah.
remember when we first met. I really don't remember.
It was at Nari's. I think it was like a going away party.
Was it on
She was
her-
going. I think she was going back to Thailand for some
Wow, no
time.
way. Yes, I remember
and we were
that.
having a little dinner
was her
brunch at
first.
Frenchat.
Yes. We ordered all that food. We had that
Yes.
amazing rum pancake with the espresso martinis.
Ooh, good.
Yeah, that sounds good.
It was
So yummy.
Yes, that was the first time. I remember that.
Yeah.
How long have you been friends?
Oh fuck. This had. I mean, it has to be maybe
time.
2-3 years.
Perhaps.
I don't have a. I remember that moment at French Chat. It was
Yeah.
all of us.
Okay.
It was definitely post COVID, right?
Maybe.
I think it
well,
was
yeah, if it's
post
only 2-3
COVID.
years, and yeah,
When was COVID?
5 years ago, 2020. We're in 25.
So it was after COVID.
It was
I
definitely
swear.
after COVID.
Yes. Okay.
I want to say like 3 years ago.
I would say
maybe.
that. I honestly, I would have to check because I remember I posted that video on my gram.
Yeah.
And I would go back and check the date on that and be like, yep, that's where we met.
Yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't
Have
that
to
long ago.
fact check it. Backing
We'll get our
fact
assistant
checking
Linda
our own
on it.
friendship.
Our intern Linda,
Our
or
intern Linda.
non-existent.
She'll do it for us.
lives
But that's
in our
not the,
brain.
it's so crazy to me. Like, it's not. I guess it's self-awareness of like or time that I can't remember how long it's been that we've known each other. Because so when I think about French Chat. Or that time that we met for I guess the first time, which is crazy to me because I would have never guessed. Gun could have been to my head. I'm like, was that the first time? I'm like, no, and then die. But in my head, it was not that long ago.
Yeah.
So to me, that felt. If I had to really think about it, I'm like, oh yeah, that was like maybe 2 years ago, maybe a year.
Yeah.
It was like 3.
I would say 2 to
crazy.
3. Yeah.
That's insane.
Sounds
Okay.
safe.
And when you guys met, what industry do you work in?
I work in the film TV
Okay, cool.
industry. So
Okay.
do a lot of logistic behind the scenes work.
Okay.
Yeah.
And single relationship, married.
Single girl. That's
feel
what
that.
puts on my
I
tax
feel
returns
that.
every year.
Your tax return?
Single head of households.
I know that's right. Me too.
I felt that.
I'm trying to claim my cat as a dependent.
I tried to claim my couch, but she wouldn't have it. So yeah.
I literally claim my mom though. I claim her.
Oh, I do
She has
too.
a- yeah, I'm like,
1,000%. That's the beauty
lady,
of
I pay some
doing
of
it.
your bills, so
I
I'm
get to
claiming
claim you.
I pay all of my mom's bills. So yes, 100%.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But I remember the many times that and I think this is where my head's at, because I can't pinpoint when exactly we met or what conversation we had, because we've had so many conversations, and it was always about dating, because it was always something new. Like so for those who are 3 listeners that are listening, my dating life is I'm starting to start anew. Like it's not so much like I'm starting from someplace else. Like no, I'm really starting from scratch.
Yeah, like just meeting people.
Yeah, in general,
and so attractive.
Or I suppose. And so I'm navigating it without blinders or without anything, just kind of freeballing it. And so to have someone so our conversations all were around all the dates that you would go on.
Yeah.
And your experiences that were always, in my book, were crazy. Like the guys that you would meet. I need to hear a crazy story. No, wait, not crazy. I think my level of crazy. And
crazy.
They could be like small little things, but crazy that I'm like, wow, you entertained that person.
Okay.
Here we go.
So, I want to hear like worst date story.
The thing is, I don't think I've ever had necessarily a bad date per se. I think the worst date I would have had was like, it was a first date. It would feel like 20 questions where it was more of like an interview. Like, what are we doing here?
Were they interviewing you?
No, I mean, it just felt like, I don't know. He didn't like have no personality. So all he would do was ask and answer questions. And when I would be like, be a little playful, flirtatious, it would just be like, yeah, and then the next question. Yeah.
Right.
That's so weird. Then he asked me out on a second date, tried to follow me on Instagram multiple times. I'm like, it didn't work.
Yeah.
Like we already said.
Yeah, it didn't feel organic.
And then the next worst date I had was maybe like a couple months ago. I went on a date, and this is when I realized like how much these kind of things are important to me is politics. Because he said to me, I didn't vote, and that's the first red flag. First red flag.
We've had this episode.
I didn't vote, but if I did, it would have been for Trump. And I was like, we gotta go. We gotta go.
You see, this is the thing that makes me nervous. Like, so my thing, like, a precursor to dating that concerns me is like, so do you brush your teeth first things in the morning? And some people do, right?
Yeah.
But now this is another thing that I have to look into.
Now you have like major, it's like, do you want to be monogamous or polyamorous?
Yeah.
Do you want to have kids or not have kids? What state do you want to live in? What is your, political views? There's so many heavy hitting questions you need to ask.
That's so overwhelming.
Yeah.
Especially for a first date too, because like all those things are important to ask and to find out, but it's a lot of heavy stuff to hit on the first date. But then you also don't want to waste your time doing for like 4 or 5 weeks down the line. Then you find these things out. I'm like, we should know if we want to have kids or not.
And this is a thing once again. And now I'm assuming you date men. Do you only date men?
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
I feel that.
I feel that too.
Because this is another thing. It's another thing that is a struggle with men, where if I go on a date with a woman, it is completely normal to ask every single one of those questions, and not even in an interviewee kind of way. It's just like, okay, girl, let's get these out of the way. Like, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Because women have no problem opening up and talking about these things, where these men, and I don't know how it is in gay man world.
Pointing at me.
In the gay world.
Wait, are you gay?
I don't know how it is in the gay man world. In straight man world, it's like, don't scare them away because they're just so delicate and fragile. Don't ask too many serious questions because then they'll think you're crazy. And it's like,
a little bit.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with you.
A lot to ask. Like, if I went on a date with a man, because obviously I've dated men. If I go on a date with a man, I would not ask 90% of those questions. In fact, the question I would lead with would be the political one, especially with a man.
So that would be your first question. What would be your first question?
I'd try to get a gauge on it. I probably won't ask it outright, but I would have been like, with this economy, the tariffs.
How much you paying for your eggs?
Hard look.
What do you think of 2025?
I love
Eric Adams? Like, what do you...
about rainbow flags?
Yeah.
My God, that's so many
Do you
questions.
think Eric Adams is doing a good job getting rid of the rats? You know, like shit like that.
Yeah.
I like the gauging. I would try to gauge
I would
too. I wouldn't go
definitely-
outright, but I want to
definitely
know. I want to know by the
Wow.
end of that first date.
I feel like
what
I should
their
have a
political
notebook and just start
alignment.
taking notes.
Yes.
It's important.
It's I mean, I know it's important, but it just seems like it's overwhelming. Like again,
is.
my heavy hitters are like, do you floss or do you brush your tongue in the morning?
Do you
Like,
brush your tongue?
yeah. Now I have to figure out how much do you pay for eggs, and are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you afford eggs?
Yeah.
I'm like,
That's
do you
interesting.
vote or not vote against me? Like, what do you?
Exactly. Yeah. Like, and
Would
that's
you guys?
crazy.
Well, I mean, I guess this is kind of self. So, okay, wait, hold on. So, there was I forgot his name, but there was someone that came up. I guess they're a comedian. I can't remember their name for the life of me. But anyway, turns out they were a Trump supporter. They voted for Trump, right? And the point is that would you be able to date somebody who had a different political view from you?
No,
Absolutely not.
no.
Interesting. And not to say that I would, but I don't know. I think about
In
it.
the past, maybe. In the past, to be honest, I didn't even think about it being that serious.
Like a factor.
In the last decade, heavily so.
Interesting.
Like before that, I don't think I thought about it so much.
I mean, I don't know. I mean,
before Trump's presidency, I was like, if they're Republican, I'm like, maybe they come from money and they have money they want to protect or whatever.
Yeah.
And now I'm just like, are you a fucked up person? or
Yeah.
not?
It
Plain and
definitely
simple.
plays into like what your values are,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and I would say that not only in terms of like dating, but also your friendships as well.
yeah.
Like I had a friend the first time when Trump was running and I was like, okay, so who did you vote for? And obviously I'm like, oh yeah, she voted for Biden, right? Obviously. She's like, oh, I didn't vote. It's like, what do you mean you didn't vote? And she's like, well, both of them are evil. I'm like, yeah, but one
One's
of them,
a lesser.
one's a lesser evil who's
Hard
very
eye
much
roll.
against me as a person. And this is
Yeah.
someone that I've been like childhood best friends with, you know, and knows my circumstance, you know, living in this, as an immigrant, living in this country with immigrant parents. So it's like, you just
Yeah.
voted or not voted against me.
Right.
You know?
Right.
It's like,
they don't get that.
yeah,
They don't see
so
it.
I feel like politics has always been a thing for me. And it's
Yeah.
not like if you're, you know, a Republican, you don't believe in abortion, you know, and even that is like a huge red flag as well.
Yeah.
But it's like,
Yeah.
it's just so important. Like,
Would you
about
ever
core values.
unpack? So, for example, I mean, I haven't been hit with this, and granted, I don't date, so I don't. It's again not in the forefront. But if someone said, "Oh yeah, I did vote for Trump," would that completely halt the conversation, or would you just kind of inquire into a little more as to why and what exactly about him, like kind of almost dissect it a little bit to get to know?
I would finish dinner and let you pay for it.
Yeah. I'll finish the dates, but we won't see each other again.
I'm
yeah.
not like flipping a table and storming out and causing a scene, but I'm like,
Because so, for
just
example,
talk yourself
if
all
I
the way
went
out
on-
of this pussy.
Yeah.
If I went on a date, I mean, I guess I probably have the same reaction. If I went on a date and he was just like, "Yeah, I voted for Trump," I would allow him to finish paying for dinner.
Yeah, pay for dinner.
But I would kind of find out why. But kind of like what you said, it does put a halt on things, kind of put the
Yeah,
kibosh on the thing. Of
yeah.
like, okay, we're not going any further, I guess. Like, not I guess, but I know. But that's interesting. It's interesting that also is now, I mean, rightfully so.
Yeah, it's become a major dating factor.
Yeah.
It's added to the dating apps. A lot of them have your political
Oh,
views
yeah, you're right.
now
It
listed.
does.
And I'm like,
yeah.
well,
Yeah.
yeah, it's out
Interesting. Oh, I think mine's blank.
Oh, yeah?
Because even though I don't, it's interesting to talk about politics, not because I'm not a political person. I just don't know the ins and out of it. I'm not educated enough in politics to really talk about it that way. So, granted, I do lean more liberal because obviously rights, your body, and the whole. To me, it's all common
Depends on who you
sense.
are.
Yeah.
It also is
Where your
very
parents
common
are
sense.
from,
I
your
was raised by
lifestyle.
women.
You're gay.
I'm a big homo, and so I understand the severity and the importance of it. But in my mind, I'm like, I don't feel like I have to justify that because it's like the water's wet, Like it's an obvious thing.
Yes.
So I
100%.
learned on the dating apps on dating women that the ones that leave it blank tend to be conservative.
Really?
Oh, so wait, am I being seen as conservative?
Maybe. I was just going to tell you, maybe you should fill that in because I have learned. And so far, I'm not even on the apps anymore, but when I was, in my experience, the girls that were conservative would leave it out.
Interesting.
And it was like, yeah. They're always in Jersey, too.
Oh, Joyzy.
Jersey, here we go. Wait, so Steph, so when dating went, first of all, how long have you been actively dating?
You know, after the last guy I was seeing, like maybe 2 years ago, I took a break and then I just started actively dating again the beginning of this year.
Okay.
And went out on a couple of dates and, you know, they were pleasant enough. You know, and I was seeing one guy for a little bit and he was nice, but he wasn't where he and I aligned in terms of stages of life. And I was like, okay, gotta let this go, you know.
Yeah.
And then there was another guy most recently, also another way of like terms of stages of life. And
How old are you? I can't remember if I asked.
I'm 29.
Okay.
And I'm turning 30 this year.
Okay.
Dirty 30.
And
I love how demure that was. Like,
Like, oh my God.
just a baby.
turning 30.
But I liked this guy though.
Yeah.
This most recent guy. And yeah, he's going through a lot and he and I bonded over a few things that we had similar of what was going on with, you know, our families and stuff.
Yeah.
But he told me he wasn't fully ready to date and blah, 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 but he still keeps in touch with me. So I'm like, why are you keeping in touch with me if you already told me you're not ready to date, you know?
Like he wants you, but not the commitment.
Yeah. And everything that he says that he's going through, if it's valid, I'm like, oh shit, that fucking sucks. I could totally see why.
Yeah.
You know, but a part of me was always like, men lie. You know, all of this shit that he's saying
sure
like could be
do.
completely bullshit.
Yeah.
And you're just fucking around, you know, and you're bullshitting me. And I was like, I even told him, I was like, if you don't like me, just fucking say that. And he was like, no, I like you and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. How long has that been going on? Like in terms of the back and forth?
Maybe like I downloaded OkCupid like maybe 2 months ago.
Is that your preferred app?
Well, I was going in and out of the apps for a little bit, and then I was on Facebook dating.
Facebook dating?
Yeah, Facebook dating. I
didn't know about Facebook dating?
No.
I don't like it, but I tried it.
They have a market. I didn't know they had a dating.
They have a
market
dating
for
app,
everything.
and I love it. I hate it at the same time because you could filter it. Because like other apps like Hinge or whatever, you have to pay for the filters. You know, like you want someone at this height, you want someone who's this distance away from you, you want someone who just has filters that you could set.
Didn't know
And
that.
so I like it and I hate it at the same time because the quality of men is just trash across the board.
I was going to say, like, isn't it across everywhere?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not hate bashing. It's kind of true. You guys are not.
Yeah, and my
the most
friend
honest
told
people
me
on
to
planet.
like download OkCupid because apparently it's supposed to be like for more serious daters. I'll tell you, it's not.
Yeah,
People
I
are
did have a
still on
relationship
there
from
trying to
there.
like fuck around.
Okay, Cupid.
I had an ex-boyfriend from there. My ex, the one that
Emphasis
looked
on X.
like ex, but we were together for like a little over a year. The one that looked like Johnny Depp.
Oh, yes.
Okay, Cupid.
Interesting.
Yeah, and that was a long time ago, like when OkCupid first launched. And I did the one thing I liked about that app was that there still is a whole section where they ask like a million fucking questions.
They do, yeah.
What do you mean they ask a million questions?
Like it's remember like those
Is it like a questionnaire thing?
basically, but you know
Yeah.
how like magazines like Cosmo used to have all these like
Oh my God, I love those.
Me too. So
Yeah.
I would be on this app filling out 100 questions, not even for the other
Exactly.
people, just because I enjoyed filling it out.
That's what I did, yeah.
Very intricate questions.
hilarious.
Like, and I was like, oh my God, I just love this.
It was more fun answering the questions because it was like
Than the actual
Yeah,
dates.
like any of the dating.
it would be like important questions like, do you want kids? Do you want marriage? But then it would be like would you have sex after the gym? Like,
Right.
you
It
know?
would be like, so what kind
Really?
of kink do you, like it would get
Yeah.
really in depth into, and I was like, oh my God, this is so much fun.
And then it's supposed to like rate your compatibility with someone based on the questions that you've answered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's what's annoying. When I was on there as a bisexual, and the men would answer like 5 questions, maybe 10.
Of course they would.
Of course, the women would answer like 200 fucking
Yeah.
questions. And I was like, oh my God, this is so much fun.
We were trained by Cosmo. We get proper training.
The guy would answer I was like, and I would literally nudge them to be like, so answer more questions.
What would they say?
Like, I like you, but like you didn't answer all these questions that I would really like answers to.
That's so cool.
And they were like, oh, I was going to get to that. I'm going to fill it out more. I'm like, could you please get
Can you
on
do it
that?
now?
Can you do it right now? Because I would like to
Actually-
know what side of the bed you sleep on.
Yeah.
That is hysterical.
You're on the right. No.
Right.
I'm
What's
the
your
right.
rising sign? I can't deal with that. Okay.
So you met this guy on OkCupid
met
with all
this
these questions. So did he answer a lot of these
He answered,
questions?
like, a good amount of questions. I think there was like maybe 60 or so questions that
60?
he answered, which is really good
Love.
for a guy to
Oh
do.
my God, that's amazing.
And he had like a pretty good profile in terms of like his bio and whatever. I have a very basic bio. I'm like, here's like, maybe a paragraph about me because I love learning about someone.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like if you literally put like an essay of who you are,
no.
I have nothing to ask you. You already told me
Yeah,
who you
it's too
are.
much.
Oh,
you
that's
know?
very insightful.
Agreed.
So yeah, and we matched and we were chatting and we went out and it was all going great. And then he was still going through all this stuff even before we had met up, and he would tell me about it because that was one of the things that we were bonding over.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, just like at one point when we were having a conversation and he was like, yeah, I don't think I'm fully ready to date and all this and that. And I was like, okay, cool. Like,
How long?
fine.
How long did you guys essentially date?
We only really like from the time that we matched to that conversation, it was only like 3 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks.
Okay.
Okay.
And then since then, it's probably 3 or 4 weeks since that conversation.
Right.
So
So he was just like, no, I'm not. That's not where I'm at right
yeah,
now.
and then from there, when you have that conversation, you're like, oh, I'm probably not going to hear from this person again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hit me up 2 days later. I was like, sir, why?
Do you want to see me or not?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
and
confusing.
it is very confusing. And I was talking to another friend about this, and it's just like either you're in my life or you're not. I don't like this halfway
Well,
thing
yeah,
that's
that
going
makes sense.
on, you know?
In this
And-
economy, I have to manage my time appropriately.
Exactly.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
my emotions as well.
1000%.
You know, and I think maybe because I'm getting older, I am like an emotional person a little bit. When I was younger and in my, early
Yeah.
20s, I'd be like, yeah,
Whatever.
yeah. But now I'm just like, I get attached a little bit more. And so I'm like, is you're in or you're out.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I have
what
that.
are we doing?
I have that a lot. Like I get attached very easily. That I have to kind of be very mindful of. Just like, wait, this has only been like an hour. Like you can't get married right now, so relax. So it's
See,
kind of the opposite.
I actually didn't know that about you, that you get attached
Really?
easily.
Oh, I thought I said
Well,
it
because I
before.
haven't seen you date. Do you
Neither
know
have
what I mean?
I.
It's
But
been
yeah.
so long since you had a relationship that I haven't
God,
seen you
yeah.
attached to someone.
Yeah.
So, which makes me now wonder if you like are kind of avoidant because of your attaching.
I think on
nature.
some level, it does. Like I'm a little scared about it because so my two.
nobody wants to get hurt.
No,
so.
and I especially do because I'm a very emotional person. So
Damn Scorpio.
I know I hate it, but I'm so good at it. Oh. Anyway, my first 2 relationships, they were introduced to me by friends, so I didn't really date them per se. Like there wasn't that moment. We just kind of dove right in. But on some level, yeah, I don't. It does make me scared because I don't want to. I've had dates in the past. Like there was one guy who I did get very attached to very quickly, and he didn't feel it. It didn't break me, but it did hurt. I mean, it wasn't.
Yeah.
I mean, got over it. But just that instance of uncomfortability just didn't.
Like that rejection
good.
feeling.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
But I do. But I am self-aware enough to know that I do get attached very quickly. So when I am on any kind of date or something, I just think to myself, just pump the fucking brakes. Just don't.
That's
But
like so self-sabotagey though.
To pump
a
the
little
brakes?
bit. And like, yeah, when you're just dating, like, because you don't have like you're not coming in with an open heart. If you're not coming in with an open heart, nothing happens.
oh no, I don't mean like being guarded. I mean like
Don't fall in love too quickly.
right, like don't get too ahead of yourself. Like just be mindfully present.
Okay.
Because my brain will wander to this what if.
What
'Cause
if,
I'm a
yeah.
recovering what ifer. And my name is Jose, and I've been a what ifer for 22 years. And I finally got to a place where I'm like, all right, I can control this. Because before it kind of
Okay.
felt like almost on par with intrusive thoughts of this what if, like what if this happens and you start veering into the future. So I know to be mindfully
makes
present when I'm in a date. That's what I mean.
You don't want to get love bomby either.
Yeah.
No, and I don't think I can. I don't think it's in my to me to be the love bomber. But when they do a nice gesture or something like that, I'll like take and run with it internally.
Yeah.
if that makes sense. But that's
Yeah.
always been in the forefront of my head of like dating. I'm like, all right, so that's scary, but I guess I just have to jump into it. But all of this stuff just so much more work. It just seems so much legwork. But it makes sense though, because like you said, you don't want to waste any time. And so like, just like you said it perfectly earlier, and it kind of opened up my brain to that too when you were talking about dating profiles. And if it says too much, then I have nothing to ask you, right? And then in my experience, and I don't know that this might be a male thing, might be a gay male thing. I don't know. But if I look at a profile, I want to be encouraged to get to know you more. If there's nothing there and it's just photos, all right, curate your photos that they tell a story that makes me want to inquire more about whatever photo this is.
Yeah, your photos have some kind of personality. So
Yeah.
oh, cool, you did this thing. What's that about?
What was
Or
that about?
something.
Exactly.
It can't just be like 5 bathroom selfies back
Yes,
to
which
back.
is
That's such a dude
Yeah.
thing to do with
But
like
it's such
terrible
a
angles.
common thing.
A
Such
dirty mirror. Oh my god! Like, bro, you couldn't even Windex this before you did this.
Truly. Or it's like a gym
You put
selfie.
this up and thought this was a good idea.
The one thing I can say, being on the apps for when I was on the apps for men and women, it was like the one consistent photo that would drive me crazy are like all the drunk photos. Like when they each have like 5 photos up and they have a drink in their hand in every photo. And they like wasted in half of them. And I'm just like, this is a commonality
Yeah.
some men and women have that are just like, you are just a partier.
I mean, I've seen it a lot.
Don't think that you're here for something serious if
For
all your
sure.
photos are just partying.
Yeah, I think a huge red flag for me when I'm like looking through the apps is if they have bottles. I'm like, okay, you're over 21. We all drink, or you know, you're of
There's no
drinking age.
need.
It's
Yeah.
nothing.
Right.
You don't need to portray that you're having
Yeah.
Henny
Here I am
right
in
now.
VIP.
Yeah, or people who stick
Yeah.
out the middle finger in their photo. I'm like,
Yeah.
You see those?
It's very angsty. Like,
I'm like,
are you a teenager?
These are grown men.
Right.
grown men sticking their middle fingers out. I'm like, are you attracting the hoes or the bros? Like, what are you trying to do here?
Yeah.
You know, like I don't see, because that's something that you would do when you're a teenager trying to rebel,
Right.
Yeah.
curse, stick your finger out.
Yeah.
Like, what about this
Is this
says
your album
like
cover? I'm
this
so
woman
confused.
is going to love me for this photo right here?
Right.
Like,
Exactly.
what does
She's
that
gonna see
accomplish?
this photo and know that I'm the one.
Exactly.
How many would you say go on these profiles or these apps or dating sites, whatever, with the intention of actually dating or just fucking around? Because, for example,
Either
for
way.
me,
Yeah.
it's mostly from my experience. For gay men, it's always fucking around. It's rarely the intention of I want to go on a date with you. Like I'm looking towards a long-term relationship. But that's just our community and how they've cultivated homos to be. Unfortunately. But for straight men and like, do you feel? I mean, you don't date straight men, but you know what I mean. Like in the past, but like, what is that? Do you
Occasionally.
think?
I mean, it's kind of hard to gauge because I feel like a lot of men, they put that they're looking for long-term or serious relationships, but they're actually not. They're just wanting to attract that type of woman. You know, they want to feel wanted and validated.
Right.
So it's really hard to tell because they would say, yeah, looking for hookups, casual, great.
Yeah.
I love that honesty.
Right, yeah.
But don't
I
tell,
love the
but
honesty.
don't put it in your profile that you're looking for a relationship and then
And not be.
and then get a first. I kid you not. I got a message. First message, not even hi, how are you? Hello. I would love to eat it from the back respectfully.
You're like, there's nothing respectful
Sir.
about this.
Sir. I mean, granted, I was tempted, but like, I did not.
You're like, excuse me, let me see your photos first.
Do you brush your tongue?
You're like, how tall are you?
Yeah. It's like, but they put in their profile long-term relationship. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
Respectfully.
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 I was like, okay, sir, like, what are you trying to do? So again, it's
They're
hard to
obviously wanna
gauge
hook up.
because they
But that's
say one thing, but then
Right.
mean the other.
I like the ones, men or women, that just say figuring it out. I love that.
Sure.
I'm
Yeah.
like, yes, that seems so fair and honest and no expectations. This can go either
100%.
way.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think mine says that, figuring it out.
Figuring it out makes so much sense to me.
Yeah.
I had when I was on the apps but not using them, I kept them as almost like a game where I would go through profiles and figure out why they're so single.
That's so
And
funny.
I'm like, fair, they could easily do the same to me, and I get it. But going through the profiles for both men or women and seeing like, oh, I can see in like 5 seconds why you're single.
yeah.
And like they didn't want to. Like they were looking for a relationship.
Right.
And I was
Yeah.
like, this is why you're single. That's why you're single.
What's crazier to me is that they don't see it.
No,
Like, for
no, they
example,
don't.
the middle
Yeah.
finger thing or the gratuity of like whatever. Like, if it's, I'm
Like
surprised that they don't
double-fisting
see it.
drinks. And again,
Yeah.
men and women do this.
Yeah.
Holding to and just like looking fucked up. And that'll be like their main photo. And
Yes.
and then their bio is just like looking for love. And I'm like, are you?
Yeah. I mean,
Are you looking for love?
yeah. Like,
And it's like one thing if you want to show like you like to have a good time, but if
Sure.
it's like all your photos are just kind of like that,
Yeah.
or just very like vague and not really showing any personality, I'm like, okay, like what?
yeah. So have you
Yeah.
ever reached a breaking point? Just because I feel like just hearing all of
fuck
this,
these
I
apps
haven't
or
even
fuck
been
dating?
dating like that. But to hear
Yeah.
all of this, I'm like, I'm tired.
I think I'm at that point now actually because I met that guy
Yeah.
and from every other date that I've had, it was boring. Well, not boring. I won't say that. It was just like it wasn't for me.
What does it mean your expectations?
It wasn't even that. It's just like, we weren't really not compatible, but I didn't feel like the spark really. And the thing is that
Spark.
if I don't feel the spark right away, I would still go on a second date. I would still go on a third date to see if it happens because the guy's nice enough, he's
yeah.
respectful, he's cute, he's, has like a long list of things going for him.
Because sometimes the spark is not immediate.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
I
Right.
dated a guy last year, like maybe 2 years ago. And he marked off a lot of boxes. He had his shit together. He had his own place. He would pay for all the dinners. He would pay for my Uber there, back.
romance.
This thing went on for like 3 months, but I did not feel
The science.
like a sexual chemistry with him. But I kept going out with him because I'm like, he has all these things that I'm
Checking
asking
all the
for.
boxes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But for some reason, when he kisses me and puts his tongue in my mouth, I want to gag, and like get in a good way.
It's like, yeah.
It's like immediately as soon as he kissed me, it was just like,
Yep.
And I kept going out with him because I'm like, I was
been
waiting for it to develop. And like, I was like, I've been on so many dates with this guy. I have to sleep with him to see. Like, I was like, but then I ended up canceling a date because I was hyping myself so much. I was like, I have to sleep with him on this date because it's been like 8 dates already. And like this amount of times, like I have to sleep with him. And I'm like, wow, I ended up canceling the date.
Yeah.
Did you when you cancel, was it like over at that point, or did you guys go on
No,
another
I
date?
canceled that date, and then like a few days later, I called him up, and I was like, "Look, I was like, it's not you, it's
it's
me.
not you, it's me. I'm just not feeling it. It
Yeah.
happens.
Wait, but how long? This is the one that I find really because
happens.
I've found myself in that position often, where you don't feel it, but you want to give it a chance because,
Yeah.
like you, or not like you pointed out to me, like you don't want to close yourself off,
Right.
right? And I'm very quick to close this fucking door.
You are so quick to close the door.
Oh, the door is mostly closed. Like it's probably.
I know, and I'm standing actively in your doorway, like no, hold it open, let them in, give them a chance. Is that not the role I play?
I'm
In
trying.
your life, I know you're trying.
I do keep
cheering
a
you
door
on.
open. It's just tough.
No,
But wait, so fuck, I lost
trying
my
to
train
give
of
people a
thought.
chance.
Giving people
Giving
chances.
people a chance, yeah. And I was trying to give him a chance. I feel like I've done that multiple times where I would give it a chance, but typically if I don't feel like the spark or the
Yeah,
passion like
that's
immediately
science. If
or
it's
that
not
first
there.
day,
Yeah.
it's just not going to develop.
Was there
for me.
ever because I feel like when I was in that seat, it felt like kind of like an emotional roller coaster. There'd be good days, there'd be bad days. Maybe I felt something. Did you ever experience that where maybe you felt like a tiny bit of a spark?
Yeah, it was the last guy who told me he wasn't ready to date.
Oh,
yeah, and like that was out of, since the beginning of the year I was dating, didn't really find someone. And I was like, oh, I found someone that I actually like, and like putting energy into it. And he was like, at first putting energy back and like calling me and texting me and like, he was communicating with me, And there was one time where, again, I knew he was going through a lot. So he says, and he was like, hey, I got to go deal with this. We were having a conversation on the phone and I could tell he wasn't like all the way in it. Like whatever that was happening was bugging him. And he was like, I got to go deal with this. Have a good night. And then he called me back a few hours later and he was like, hey, I'm sorry about that phone call. I was dealing with this stuff. And, I had to end the conversation because I knew I wasn't going to give it my all and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh my God, I love this communication. Thank you for telling me.
Right, yeah.
And I was like, I feel like I'm getting stuff that I've been asking for. And I was like, okay, I do like this guy. And then he was like, oh, I'm not ready to date. I was like, well, bye.
Yeah.
And so because I felt like I did all that dating for like 6-7 months and then finally found someone to turn out to not work out, I was like, oh, I'm kind of tired.
You're at the breaking point.
Yeah, because it's like you put so much energy into dating, even if it's just one date with one guy, it's like you have to set that time out of your schedule, out of work, out of family. And it's just like, you got to ask the same questions all over again. And it's just like, it's very exhausting to date, especially if you're feeling like you're not having any luck. Not necessarily with bad people, but just like...
Sure, it's just not going anywhere.
Yeah.
I felt that for sure when I'll be on a date or whatever. And my thing, like not my biggest fear, but I guess so, it could be a fear, is when it becomes an interview. Like when that person is not interesting. And so I'm like, so what do you do? And it's just, they're just not interesting. So now I feel like I go into interview mode of like, so how many fingers do you have? How many siblings? So like it just becomes like, now I just want to leave.
Yeah.
And that, I find that to be pretty common.
Yeah.
And it's kind of unfortunate because that's not what, obviously like you said, that's not the intention you set out when you plan out this date and plan out the time and an outfit and the things and everything that goes along with it, just to be rudimentary in terms of like, this person is just not interesting.
Yeah.
How do you, because I have not done this yet, and I hope that I don't have to. How do you end an awkward date? What's been your strategy?
It was great meeting you.
Goodbye.
And then they say, oh, can we see each other again? I'm like, yeah, I'll let you know my schedule.
Oh.
Yeah.
She's very professional fish.
Yes.
She's like, I'll check in with Linda. See if she can pencil you in.
Check in with my people.
Kind of the same, to be honest.
Really?
Because even when I do want to see someone, I'm like, I need to look at my calendar.
Yeah.
Because I have multiple jobs and school and different things that I juggle. So it doesn't, even if I really do want to see someone, I'm like, I need to look at my calendar.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
same.
let me just get back to you with my schedule.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Okay. I'll
and
say
then
the
I
same
talk to
thing.
them later on and I'm like, oh, you just like don't fit.
Yeah.
in
Oh,
my
you
schedule.
so you
Kind of wait till they stop reaching out.
You're like, I'm gonna slow ghost.
I know.
Slow
You know
ghost.
what? I used to be, when I was younger, I used to ghost people. I'm not going to
guilty.
lie.
I'm guilty.
I get
Because
that though.
I don't like confrontation, and so I'd rather just not have it. But now that, I've grown, I'm like, okay, I'm okay with having the conversation.
Yeah.
But in fact, I invite conversations if something's coming
Sure.
up, blah, 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 blah. But before I was just like, I just rather just enjoy.
Slowly ghost.
You're like, bye. It's actually on the list of topics that I wanted to hit for the podcast. I didn't know we would get to it today, but it's reading the room. And I feel like you shouldn't have to like awkwardly dump someone or have a lot of awkward conversations if they could just read the fucking room.
But people can't read.
I know that's what it seems. That's because I get put in awkward situations I make it so clear that I'm not interested in someone, and I swear that I am always put on the spot for them to be like, I just don't understand why you're not giving me time and attention and anything that I want. I'm like, because I don't like you. Like, why are you making me say this? Why can't you tell? And I hate that. Read the room.
Yeah.
Have you ever had that?
Well, I think maybe because I don't know, I've always been like a polite person where it's hard for me to be like, not give someone the time. Like, I'll have the conversation with them, like, oh, how's your day, blah blah blah, and I'll engage. So maybe it's my fault for not giving off the energy of I'm not interested, because I'll just entertain it.
Is it
a little bit?
So I've done that, and it was like my last therapist pointed out that I was people pleasing.
Yeah,
right,
I'm a huge people pleaser.
And I would like 100%. I would end up going on dates that I didn't want to even be on because I felt so bad rejecting someone.
Yeah.
And I had to like change my perspective on that severely, because I was wasting massive amounts of time going on dates that I had no business being on with people I did not have any interest in.
That's 100%.
And now like I'm a recovering people pleaser where now I'm like, I am not interested. And I'm getting to the point where where I try to stop myself before giving excuses. Where if someone's like, oh, like, well, we should hang out, I'm like, no, thank you. And I stop myself because I want, especially if it's a text, and I want to be like, because and I'm like, no.
You don't have to justify
I do not. No is a full sentence. I do not have to justify this. I do not have to like you.
Yeah.
It's funny. I've made strides like that because I'm kind of a mixture of both of you. I can people please because I don't want to hurt people's feelings. I never do.
No, I don't want to.
But at the same time, I also don't want to hurt my feelings.
Right.
So, for example, one really good thing is that I've got really good at is if someone comes in for a hug and I don't want to hug, I'm like, no, thank you. Before I do allow them to like just awkwardly hug me.
Yeah.
And so anything like that, I feel like I've grown as a person that I can do that. But now the next stage is to do that at a date. To be like, I wish to leave now. Actually, I'm going to leave.
I wish to leave now.
I wish to leave now.
Say just that for me.
I wish to leave now.
I'm like, I bid you a good day.
Goodbye.
To get up and bow and like curtsy.
But like stay bowed and like exit the room at the same time.
A little shuffle, if you will.
Someone play the trumpet as I exit a room. Yeah. Linda's going to do it. But I feel, I feel that, I'm in the mixture of the two where I'm like, I don't want to hurt your feelings. Again, that's another thing that I have along with, all the homework that goes into dating now, political and all those questions. But then also that if it doesn't work out, my brain says, just say, well, I'm sorry, this isn't working out. But that's mean, and not mean, but I mean, like, I know that person's not going to receive it well, and it's basically like a band-aid. It's that quintessential band-aid. It's going to hurt regardless, and I want to kind of like not have it hurt at all.
It depends on who they are as a person. It depends on their sensitivity level. It depends on their so many factors that we have to remind ourselves we're not responsible for.
Yeah.
But it was like a therapist that made me, but the same therapist that made me realize I was people pleasing and like worked me through that. Asked me like, if someone rejects you, like how do you feel? And I said, honestly, like I almost feel thankful, like grateful, because then it pushes me in a different direction. So, and that's how I learned to view rejection. It's just, also I grew up from being a baby in the modeling industry, like my whole life, modeling and performing arts. Constant fucking rejection. So I had to be okay with rejection. But when it comes from people that I like, I'm like, okay, so if this person doesn't like me, then I don't have to waste my time and energy there. That means my person or whatever you believe in, your soulmate or soulmates are still out there. So let me go shift my energy away from this person.
100%.
Yeah, I agree. I think nowadays I would appreciate it more if someone just said, hey, it's not working out, than ghost me. Because then I'm like, okay, I know where this is. Time to move on.
Right,
I'm not going to wonder like, well, what happened? What's going on? So I think because I have ghosted in the past, it was so natural for me to do it. But now I feel like I would hate for it to be done to me. So that's why I would rather just have the conversation.
Right. Yeah.
So
I mean, I see the same way. Like it's great to tell me that this isn't working out so that I can move the fuck on.
Yeah.
I have other things to do.
Yeah. And I wouldn't even be hurt by it. I just want to be like, oh, just tell me what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Let's go from there, you know?
Yeah.
Have you found it any easier? Well, I guess you said you're taking a break from dating, so I guess it hasn't gotten any easier, right? Oh, I'm so sorry.
On dating
in
I
general.
guess, I mean, I don't know. I think I can handle myself a lot more,
Yeah.
you know, obviously going through different relationships and seeing people, you learn how to handle situations better. So before, as a people pleaser, I would tend to stay quiet when things are bothering me or let things slide or, you know, and so I was dealing with a guy a couple of years ago who was just so toxic, just awful, would not recommend. Just
0 out of 10.
0 stars.
0 stars,
you know?
no tip.
And it was awful, but I didn't really know how to handle myself, especially in this specific situation. And so whenever I would like bring things up like, hey, this made me uncomfortable or this made me upset, he wouldn't react to what I said. He would just be like, oh, well, you're mad, you're emotional, blah, blah, blah. And like, we wouldn't even talk about the actual issue.
Yeah.
He was just so focused on being
Like finger
right
pointing,
and being defensive that we wouldn't even get into it.
Is this someone you dated for a while, or
This was someone, I don't know if you could technically say date. It was a situation.
oh, situation,
Situation that was like about a year, a little less than a year. And, you know, because of, you know, it just
There's
things just kept
circumstances?
it was circumstances, yeah. And things just kept getting like swept under the rug. And so coming out of that situation and going to therapy and, you know, doing the work, I am comfortable with conversation and confrontation now.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, okay, these are my boundaries. This is what I'm going to say yes to or no to. This is what I'm okay with, what I'm not okay with. And even though that was like the worst time in my life, like people around me could be like, look at me and say, look, I don't know what's going on, but we could tell your difference, you know, being with this person, and they could tell like you're going through something. This person isn't right for you. This person's toxic for you. And so now I'm able to carry what I've learned from that. You know what they say? It's like, it was my biggest lesson, you know, that relationship. Like that was a huge lesson for me. And yes, I had a lot of regrets and wish I handled things differently, but I definitely learned I grew from that situation.
Oh yeah, sure.
So I definitely take that with me in my current dating life.
right? Yeah,
I think you could say from like all your dating experiences, even though they have not necessarily gone in the direction that you want them to go, you've probably had so much growth from them not working out.
100%.
You know, and then it just makes you like more capable, I guess, for the next thing. You know, I feel like a lot of my dating fails have led me to being like the person I am and knowing that when I have the right person, I will have all these lessons that I collected from dating.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
God,
it's
that's a
important.
lot of collections.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
I've got so many things. Like, but it makes me, I feel so prepared for whenever I do get into a relationship to be like, I've had just a novel worth of experiences that anything we're faced with, I'm like, oh, I've done this chapter already. We're good.
Well, it's funny
I can
because
navigate this.
I'll look at. I think interesting. Most of my friends are all female, and some are married, some are single. Most of them are in relationships of some kind, and constantly always being the observer since like forever. So it's like, yes, you live this chapter, but I'm like, but I read this chapter because I was there as you wrote it. And so I'm like, I learned from each and every one of you of just like, oh, wow, men do really suck. They really suck. And they suck in the most men, not all, of course. But they suck in ways that shock even me. And I'm a man, but I can kind of wrap my mind around it, but a lot of it is like when they drop the ball, it's pretty basic shit. It's nothing that's monumental, at least to me. And I can see why you're burned out, right? Because how long have you been dating for? Like, I know you said you did it in cycles, but I mean, like this last cycle.
This last cycle was definitely the beginning of the year. I think I downloaded Facebook dating like maybe January or February.
Facebook dating.
I didn't know that you didn't know that.
No, they have a market where you can't sell anything because everyone wants everything for like $1. But that's another whole other
Same
thing.
thing on dating. Same thing on Facebook
They want it for $1.
They want
Give it
everything
up.
for $1.
Well, Facebook dating is free, so I think that's why I downloaded.
that's the
I
problem.
had Hinge. I did the whole Hinge thing and
Yeah.
other apps years ago, and I was like, you know what, I don't want any of those apps. Let me try something different. So I did Facebook dating strictly, and then only a couple months ago I dated OkCupid.
Gotcha.
And
So that was at the beginning of the year. This last cycle.
this last cycle, yes.
And what was the? So you said you've taken breaks before, and you're in the middle of a break right now.
Yeah, I
right?
just started the break.
Just started.
Just started the
freshly,
break.
yesterday. What was your biggest break that you've ever taken from dating?
I think maybe a year and a half, 2 years, because it was after that
Okay, good.
situationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just a lot of trauma that happened during that, and it literally drove me to therapy. Like I hadn't started therapy before. It was always something that I always wanted to do, but never could really get into because like, well, which therapist do you go to? How do you know who's right for
Finding
you?
the right one.
Right. And so I ended up seeing this therapist because my friend was seeing them, and I was like, that's easy. I'll just see the same therapist. And honestly, it helped me so much. It's probably like one of the reasons that I stopped that situation. And I was also going through a lot of family stuff too, with just, sickness in the family and blah, blah, blah. So I was mostly dealing with that on top of trying to heal my heart, So I just felt like so broken and down and like depressed because I felt like I couldn't catch a break, because I was going through all this shit with this guy, but also dealing with this shit with my family. So I took like maybe a year and a half to 2 years. Yeah. And then I started doing the Facebook dating thing.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
And
that's
so-
smart. You had time to heal.
Yeah.
And so now that you're on your second break, how do you feel about it? Because obviously, you just stated your first break was very heavy, dealing with family, dealing with that situationship. This time around, how are you feeling?
I feel good because I've made a very pointed fact to focus on me, and like I signed up for gym classes and, so I feel like I'm focusing on myself, and it's not like a break where I'm like sad about it that I couldn't find someone. I'm excited about this break to just focus on me, focus on the friendships I currently have, focusing on my family and making time for the people that's already in my life, you know, and because making time for new people is very, again, like dating, taking that time, whether it's a work week or a weekend, like it's a lot of energy. And so I'm excited to focus my energy on the people in my life and on myself.
Yeah, just like dating yourself. That's
Yeah,
my favorite.
100%.
Oh my God, it's like my favorite thing to do. We talk about this all the time, how it's just like, it's so hard to want to date again when you're just so good at dating yourself. Like I've gotten so comfortable.
I'm married to myself.
Yeah, same. I'm married to my cat, but still same because I just want to, at the end of the day, go home to my cat and my shows and whatever I'm going to make from the fridge and just like be and melt into my couch and just like, and I'll have someone text me or call me, or maybe even if I'm like dating someone or casually seeing whatever, and they text or call and I'm like, oh, I don't want to take this right now because I'm like in my own zone.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is my me time. You have to wait.
That's a real thing.
Yeah, it
like
is.
Once you're in that moment of just like being totally relaxed and at peace, it's like you do not want to get out of it.
No, and people will invite me out and I'm like, it's nighttime and this is my time.
Yeah.
So no.
That's a rule for me. I do, if it's like after 8 o'clock, I do not leave the house. You have to catch me at 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
After that.
And a lot
Not
of
leaving.
dates will be like, oh, like, let's go to dinner. And I'm like, ooh, I don't know. I really like having dinner with myself. So it's hard to want to have dinner with you. And it's like, it's not them, it's me. Like, they're great. They're hot and everything. And I'm like, can't you be hot like before 8?
Yeah.
See, I'm out of that
interrupting
phase.
my me time.
Yeah.
I'm out of that phase. I was in that phase for a while where I was really cultivating a relationship with myself because I had a lot of growing up to do and a lot of just all of that. And now I'm at a place where I'm like, well, I don't mind going on a date. I don't mind going to dinner. I'm open to it, but it's just a struggle bus out here in these streets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to take some time for yourself and reset. I think I'm in a resetting phase.
I think I reset.
Who knows when that will end, but
Yeah, good for you though.
Yeah. I've reset for a while, for a couple years, and now I think I was going to ask you like, oh, well, how long do you think it'll take? And I'm like, well, you know what? I answered my own question in my own head, of course, I knew that like right now I know it's the right time to date because I look around, I've cultivated an amazing space for myself. And now I'm at a place where, well, now I want to share that with somebody.
As you should.
Right?
Yes.
And I think about that a lot. I mean, it has been for like what, a year or two, where I'm just like, I'm at a place where I want to share now. I've cultivated, I've grown these things, and now I want to share them. But I totally get being from your beginning, from your standpoint. I'm like, oh, I was definitely there, and I remember loving that stage because you get to reset, you get to reassess everything, and it just feels so good because it's just so rewarding in the end.
Yeah.
And now, it's really nice.
I mean, granted, I'd still love a cuddle, but
Sure.
you know,
Me too.
You know,
Shit.
if it comes, it comes. But I'm not
yeah.
necessarily looking for it.
Yeah, look,
I'm
I
definitely
love
looking for
sex.
all the
I
cuddles.
love cuddling.
That's the thing.
I love all the fun stuff. It's just I don't want to lose myself in someone else right now. I'm so busy with me.
No, you're gonna say you said you what? It's the stuff I felt like you were gonna say
the stuff, the sex.
Yeah,
the
I
cuddling.
love sex.
Yeah.
I love sex.
Yeah.
And it
Say it
actually
again?
takes.
Love.
I love sex.
I love sex.
I love sex, and it does play like a huge factor for me when I'm seeing
For
someone.
dating,
you know, because it's like, are we physically attracted to each other? You know,
Yeah.
that does take a huge part, and so I feel like sex is probably top of not the top, but it's
important.
a big factor.
It's sometimes it's that thing that can pull me back into dating because I'm like, oh, haven't had sex
100%.
in several months. Yeah, I should probably date.
Yeah. And honestly,
know?
like, I think, again, maybe because I'm getting older, after sex, I love a cuddle, you know? I love pillow talk. And I think in this phase of my life, I don't think I could do casual dating because I feel like once I sleep with someone and I already like them, I do get attached and develop emotions.
Right, like you can't do casual sex right now.
Yeah, like I tried doing that a little bit when I was in this dating phase. Like I would have someone that I would sleep with casually, but then it's like, but I like to cuddle after, and I like the pillow talk and the touches and the caresses and all that. So, but then like you can't really do that when you're having casual sex. Like for me, I was just like, I gotta go home.
We just talked about that.
Yeah, it's tricky because with women, it's like I will stand by this. Women with women are so bad at casual sex. We get attached because it's like we're gonna have our girl talk. We have this friendship. Now we're physical. Now you add all those things together, you're dating. So it's hard to have. Jose was saying it's just friends with benefits. And I'm like, no.
I was like, oh, you can draw the line in the
Different.
sand rather easy, and she was like, no.
No, not with women. It's tricky. We're just such, I don't know,
Emotional creatures.
Yeah, that it's like you're doing all the things, but you're not calling a relationship. So instead of friends with benefits, it just makes me feel like a fuckboy. Like I'm being a fuckboy, basically. And it's like, fuck, like that's not, I don't want to be a fuckboy, but like I've made it clear I don't want a relationship, but
We need a
we're
fuckboy
doing
now.
this and we're doing
find
that.
out.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need a fuckboy now to kind of like compare contrast. Because I mean, I have no, not a fuckboy in real life. I mean, like to interview.
I mean, the interview fuckboy.
You know what? It would just piss me off. Like the things that would be coming out of his mouth, I was like, I would just slap him. Just like, get out of here. Oh my God. I do not need to hear what a fuckboy has to say. Like, I don't know. Like, again, like with sex, I like the intimacy that comes with sex. Like to me, I love the passion, or like, I don't know, like the way that I like to have sex is I like to feel like our souls are fucking, you know?
Yeah, totally.
And I love that. And so again, doing that, the the pillow talk, like cuddles, like that just comes naturally with it. And so you can't
Yep.
really do that with what I find for myself. I can't really do that casually.
I see
So
now. Yeah.
yeah, even if I did have a fuckboy at one point and was trying to do that, but then
Yeah.
again, emotions still got involved on
Right.
both ends, you know?
And that's what it's like to date with women.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's like, you're like, yeah, no, I can totally stay in my lane. And then you're wrapped in each other's arms after sex. And you're like, yeah, totally keeping it casual. But then they sleep
When are you
over
moving
and you're
in?
having breakfast together. And you're like, no, this is totally casual. Like,
So funny.
it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Interesting. Interesting. So much to dice. So do you find a lot of them to be fuckboys? The ones that you've come across? Not necessarily dated, but just like you find across all of these platforms of dating.
The apps, I don't necessarily think, well, there are obvious fuckboys.
And most are liars, like you said.
And most are liars. I think it's hard to tell. It's hard to gauge who's a fuckboy until you
Yeah.
meet them,
yeah.
and get like the vibe. I don't think I've been on a lot of dates with fuckboys. I feel like I've been able to filter them out a little bit from the
Yeah.
apps. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of fuckboys.
Interesting.
Yeah.
For sure. And they should just stick to like Tinder. Like, isn't that what Tinder
Is that
known
the,
for?
I don't know.
Tinder is known
Yeah.
for
I mean,
like,
we have Grindr.
casual.
Which is strictly casual sex,
I mean,
from my
I
understanding.
know relationships that have taken off from Tinder, but
Same.
it was known as like the hookup app.
I think it's definitely different than when it first came out. Like I
Yeah.
think people were on it for relationships, but also hookups. But now it's just like strictly hookups.
So what apps out there are for for straight dating, I guess, is for dating, like relationships?
Well, I guess it is supposed to be like Hinge or
Yeah.
OkCupid, you know. But
Hinge to me is, like,
unfortunately,
above the other ones a little bit.
Why?
Hinge. I always found I met, I guess, with people that I thought were more attractive and more into actually dating.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
But that could just be a coincidence. I don't know. My friends tend to lean towards Hinge, or I would say in the sapphic community they lean towards Bumble.
Bumble's the
The one where women message first.
Oh, I was gonna
and the
say,
girls,
yeah.
sorry, girls just message girls.
yeah, I've heard of that one.
But I think because it just was a platform that was friendlier for women, maybe. The Her app is very disappointing.
her app.
The Her
What's
app
that?
is just like women dating women only. It's disappointing.
Why is it
Really?
disappointing?
It should be like where everyone is, and I don't know. It's like maybe because they're the newer one. I just feel like they have not really fleshed it all out. I don't know. It just
So you're getting a lot of trash.
yeah, just
I
like
see.
not, and definitely they're definitely keeping things behind a paywall.
Fucking paywalls, man.
Yeah, so it's just they're like, here's a shitty version of this app.
Yeah,
You pay. You know what I mean? So I'm like,
yeah.
no thanks.
A lot of them are. Like I see that a lot on Hinge because that's the only one that I'm willing to give some time. Because I think, yeah, you're right. It does give it gives the impression of people who actually want to date because you have prompts to fill and you get to know
Right.
them to a
The
degree
layout,
that
the photo quality is better. Everything. It look like Hinge looks like it put money into it.
right. But they also still have a crazy paywall that I'm like,
Sure.
some
They
people
do,
that I
yeah.
find
They'll do, yeah.
interesting are behind that paywall, and that's the weird part to me because the ones that I tend to find have nothing to say. They rely on their photos,
Yeah.
and it's like you're not relying on pretty because you're not. So it's like, what are you giving me? And then the ones who are interesting are behind that
Yeah.
paywall, and I'm like, I'm not doing the membership thing.
Or the ones that do come in front of you, they live so far away. I feel like I found that a lot on
that too.
Hinge. Is that okay? This person seems nice and like interesting, and like the messages are cool, but like you live in I don't know Ohio or something, you know? So
That's
like
crazy.
I feel like I don't know. They kind of force you, they tempt you to pay. I feel like their algorithm does that on purpose.
Have you ever done
sure.
like a long distance situation?
No, I don't think I can though, because again, I love to cuddle.
Yeah, you can't do that.
I'm a cuddler. The longest I dated was in New Jersey. So,
That's not fun.
which he was a little far in New Jersey, maybe like an hour and a half. You know, but even then, I was like, that's still too far for me.
Yeah.
So now that you're on this
State lines.
journey, now that you're on this space of like, I guess reconnecting with yourself, right? And there's no due date of like, obviously whenever you're ready, you'll come back in. What new insight do you think you can gather so that you're prepared for the next one? Next cycle, I guess.
Ew, like your own little list of do's and don'ts for the next round, the next cycle of dating.
Yeah.
I think maybe just being more upfront with myself and what I do like. Because again, I would still, even though I liked the guy enough, I would still keep going on dates,
Yeah.
waiting for something to happen. But I feel like I wasted a lot of time on both our ends doing that. So I think I would definitely be more upfront of like, okay, is this going to work? Is this not going to work? Let's just
Like, these are my
call it.
expectations.
Yeah.
If this is not met.
Yeah.
Like my friends and I always say, like we are no longer looking for, oh, they have the potential to, like we want fully potential people.
Yes.
Yeah.
I also don't like nonchalant men. I was like,
What's a nonchalant man?
where they just act too chill,
Too laid back.
too laid back. They're
Like mysterious is out. We're
we
not
don't
doing
like mystery
mysterious anymore.
Yeah, tell me everything about you.
Like, tell me you're obsessed with me or be gone.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Yeah.
Look at that. I'm learning so much from you guys.
yeah, and then ambition as well is a huge part because
It's good or bad?
It's good.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm very career driven, so I would like my partner to be the same.
Yeah.
And in this last phase that I had, I was seeing someone, again, very pleasant, very nice, and I could see it potentially going somewhere, but I didn't feel like he had enough ambition in life in terms of like yeah, you could say, oh yeah, I want to do this, I want to do that, but I didn't feel like he was actively
Actually going to do these
things.
Yeah.
And so that's a huge part for me, is seeing that you're trying to accomplish something in your work life or your personal life. Like, I need to see some kind of goals that you're actively working for, not just like, oh, I want to
Do whatever.
do
or
this
like,
one
let's
day.
drive to this.
Well, how are you going to do it? Are you actively
Yes.
working on it? What steps are you taking? Are you taking classes? Are you taking courses? Are you saving up money? So it's because I was seeing a guy who wasn't, financially all the way there, and that's okay, but again, I needed to see
plan?
what's the plan.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, again, it's not, I just need to see the ambition of what's behind the person. And if you don't have it, then you gotta go.
And being upfront about it too is so important. Like, now I tell people upfront, which is easier again with women, but I'm just like, look, I have plans. Like, I am not financially where I want to be right now, but it's because I'm putting all my money into this thing to do this thing, because I'm doing that thing.
Yeah.
Like, I have a plan, and either you're gonna roll with me or get out of my way, because I'm like, this is where my intention is.
Well, speaking of like being honest too, what I found sometimes on the dating apps is lying about what they do for a living.
The amount of entrepreneurs, I cannot.
But they would try to.
I cannot.
Ooh,
Don't die.
Sorry,
Don't die.
that hit me a little too hard.
Yeah, because it's one thing, like, okay, I've seen things where, like, okay, you work at JFK, but you're actually an Uber driver, like, completely different, right?
Yeah.
But then there's these other instances where you say that you work at a lawyer's office, but you're actually a cleaner for the lawyer's office.
Oh.
So it's like,
Fine, but say what it is.
exactly. I'm like,
own
I
it.
would have been fine if you just said cleaner or, whatever.
Yeah.
But
Own
the
it.
fact that you say you come out later on, like, oh, I don't actually work at the lawyer's office. The lawyer's office hired me for the company that I work with to come in.
Yeah.
To clean. I'm like, okay, why don't you just be upfront about it? Because now it's not even about the fact that you're a cleaner or whatever it is. It's the fact that you were hyping yourself up more and like upplaying yourself. Just be honest. Like, I would have been fine with whatever. Just like be honest.
Isn't
with what
that
you're doing.
kind of like a low-key catfishing in a way?
Oh,
A little
100%.
bit, yeah.
Right? Because
I
you're
had a guy apartment catfish me.
apartment catfish?
Like, we went on a few dates and he invited me to his quote unquote apartment. It was actually his friend's like penthouse, Manhattan, skyline view apartment.
That's crazy.
And then like halfway through the date being like, wait, this isn't your place.
Oh no.
And I was like, wait, what? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Why is that and I'm like, this is a dumb dude thing to do. Like, I would never. It's weird.
Yeah, it's like, okay, you always put your best foot forward, right?
Yeah.
But
Don't put a lion
don't
foot
put you
forward.
don't lie to me, bro. Like,
Yeah.
because definitely people definitely try to like give off the best first impression and like
Sure.
present themselves to be better, but like you gotta.
It's
you can't
funny.
be doing this to
like,
me.
I get that people do that. I so don't because of what I do for a living. I work as a nude model. I work in the fetish and kink industry. I put like my worst foot forward on the first. I'm like, I work in smut. I'm naked on the internet. Your mom, sister, and brother can see me there. Do you have a problem? Like, I'm like, here, I am the worst. Are you okay with it? Because if they're like, yeah, that's dope. Like, I think what you do is exciting. Or I'm like, oh, we can have a second date right off the bat. I already know that.
100%.
Yeah.
If they're like, well, so like, I don't know. I'm like, all right, let's get into it. Like, let's see what you can and cannot deal with. Because I'm not going to be with the person that's like, I don't like what you do for a living. You know,
Right.
This
Yeah.
isn't going to change. So
See, I don't think I have to worry about that too much because I don't have anything.
no, like, there's nothing that you need to put out there that's going to like scare someone away. I don't think.
No.
Now I'm thinking, like, is there?
Do you?
Is there? I mean, someone could potentially be like, wait, you haven't had a relationship in a long time?
Yes,
they might
but I
be
have
like-
I have a cover for. I mean, it's not a cover; it's an actual excuse. I mean, I'm not catfishing.
You're like,
anybody.
I was in prison.
Yeah, right. Like, sorry, I was in a women's prison. No, because I was working and I was working on a project for however long,
It wasn't
and it
a
just
priority.
yeah, it just was. I had no sense of time, so I had no idea that all this time had passed by, and I was single. Like
Yeah.
I was just got so hyper focused on work. But that's
Is
weird.
being single for a long time a red flag though?
I remember when I was younger, but it's true, when I was younger, like in my 20s, they said that the older you were, there was a reason why you were single at that age. It's probably because you weren't, I forgot the term, but something of like damaged goods. I know that's a horrible way of
They
phrasing
say
it.
that a lot about women, for sure.
So I've heard that a lot. So it's funny to be at that age. I mean, being 40, first of all, being 30 and being in that age range and being single, but also at 40. And I'm just like, fuck, they must think I'm super damaged. Like, why am I single? And once I explained it, I was on a date and I had to explain why. And I was like, yeah, I was just enveloped in my work for 13 years. And I just completely didn't feel like 13 years. And I've said it on the pod before in an episode where when I came back to date, I felt like someone who just got out of prison, where you get out and you just find out all this stuff has been upgraded. All this stuff exists. Like I remember when dating apps, they were just for fun. Now they're mandatory to date. Like it is the first step before you go on a physical date. Someone at work told me, we text and then I finally sent him my number. That's the next step that happens in these things. And I'm learning this like someone who got out of prison.
Yeah.
Like when I went in, people were on rotary phones and payphones. Now everybody has an iPhone. And I'm like, what's an iPhone?
Right.
So that's exactly how I feel. So when I state that on a date, it definitely gives a lot of context. But I can only imagine, those who don't have that real story and they're like, I guess they were in prison. Like, I
would, if someone was just like, oh yeah, I've been single for like 10 years, whatever, I'd be like, oh, are they like not into commitment, or are they just really picky and they're going to just like pick me apart?
Yeah.
Those are like the little, like maybe not red flags, but like pink flags that would come up that I would have questions.
Something interesting that has happened to me often, and not in a date, but just in general, when someone finds out that I haven't been on a date or haven't had a relationship in such a long time, the first thing they think of is that I've chosen it. Like I've chosen to be celibate or something like that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I'm just like, interesting. I would have.
A lot of people do.
Yeah, that's
True.
Like a spiritual thing.
Yes. And I was like, no, my brain is just not working. Like, I don't know what day it is. So I'm just like, single again.
I guess it's been 2 years.
Yeah. 100%.
I woke up and it was
yeah. So it's, I mean, okay. So first things that I've learned is, we want to find out the political standing. I mean, that's obvious, but in my brain, it wasn't obvious. And then brushing their tongue in the morning. Ambition.
Yes.
Ambition.
And are they serious about dating, or are they just
fucking
like
around?
I was going to say honesty, but I guess that was too vague of a statement. God, there's so many things I
I
remember.
know. Well, we're trying.
I'm gonna have to try.
So you're
taking a break. You're
taking a break.
Take a little
well-earned
break, yeah.
break. I am like trying.
She's on
to
sabbatical.
try. I am trying to try.
And I'm just
You're
about to start.
You're about to try.
I'm
For
about
the
to
first time in a long time.
We should reconvene in like 6 months and like
an
where we're at.
update.
Yeah.
Update. Yeah. But maybe I'll be on a sabbatical by then.
Yeah.
We'll
Who
do this
knows?
in like 3 months and see where we're at.
Oh, boy.
I like that. I like that.
All right.
Well, happy hunting.
Oh, that'd be something.
Excited for you.
Happy ending.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Thanks, Steph, for being
Yeah, thanks for having me. That was really
sharing
fun.
your fun dating adventures.
thank you for
I
scaring
always
me.
have more, so
Good.
I was warning you.
Warning me, thank
okay?
you.
Taking things in consideration.
As my younger sister, thank you.
Aw.
Well, how do we end this again?
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for watching. We put out new visual episodes every Friday right here on YouTube. And if you want to listen a week earlier, tune in every Tuesday on Spotify under 2 Most Wanted. And remember, like, comment, and subscribe. Or just watch one of our older videos. I suggest the one about kink, because why not? It's Friday. It's your weekend. Do you? Yes, do it. Do it now. Thank you.